Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay, let's go over what happened in the last several sessions that we discussed. In the last several sessions, we discussed about the fact that you were very overwhelmed. If memory serves me correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong. Both you work at a midnight job, a job on midnights. Your wife works at home and goes to school, but she's not currently working at this time. Is that correct?
She's working now.
In the home?
Both.
Okay, so she's working both in and out. Okay. You have 3 children, all of which are young school age. And you also have a eBay business and an online business as well at home.
Right.
So you have these multiple streams of income and has a tremendous amount of responsibilities. So what I do remember last time we discussed was giving you an assignment for you to go home and try to find a moment where you and your wife could connect and have some one-on-one time, because you expressed that that was severely lacking. So why don't we go from there? You can let me know if that was even accomplished, or let me know what's going on with you now. Because you came in today and you seem a little upset today.
It's not enough hours in the day.
Okay.
It's not, you know. Did we have a connection we were able to sit down and watch a movie last night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and with that movie, we, talked a little bit about the movie because it was a sequel of movies that we've seen before, and
Okay.
We had a conversation about how, it was lacking, comparatively speaking to what,
So idle chat.
yeah.
Okay. All right. And this was the only moment that you had during the course of the week where it was just the two of you, and it didn't involve anything with work or kids at the time?
It's really all I can recall. I mean, we were together, although we were separate in different, areas, but we were working on, our oldest kid's birthday party on Friday. And
Okay. How did that go?
the party was great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you say the party that was great, but you also say, so what am I looking at right here? I mean, what is, because your demeanor to me today, it really comes across as, I'm not sure if I'm reading it as exhausted or defeated, but you just, you seem a bit out of sorts. All right, well, why don't you tell me what that's about?
I don't know how to.
Okay.
I don't. Right?
You can start where you're comfortable.
Hey, can we take you back to the waiting room? Here, let me show you something over here. Come here. Come on.
We have to make sure that you have your crayons.
Here, let's go look at your crayons. Come on. Here, let me show you something.
I'm sorry about that. That's part of the overwhelmed.
I know.
There's not enough hours in the day.
I know, and I try to have Julie at the front desk, try to keep your daughter occupied. She's beautiful, but I also understand that, it is a perfect demonstration of the multitasking that you're forced with every day. So, I'm sorry, and you were saying, you were talking about how you were overwhelmed and you just simply didn't know where to start.
I don't know where to start. I mean, I try so hard, and I'm not asking for kudos.
So do you feel unappreciated in your house? Is there not an expression of appreciation for the multiple things that you have to do?
I get told that I am appreciated for various things.
What are those various things look like?
Just that I work as hard as I do. At times I'm a good dad. I'm a, I do, chores and things around the house, but just.
But other times there are times where you're not?
It seems like I continue to have more and more bad days. And those bad days where I might sit there and look at, I would just like somebody to realize, you know what, I'm having a bad day today.
When these bad days do occur, is there anything like, being that you're saying that you're having more and more bad days, and that it seems like that happened with higher frequency, what is the topic of conversation that generally occurs around these bad days? What is the precursor in order for these bad days to occur? Is it a specific responsibility you're unable to fulfill, or is it, just generally there are responsibilities you can't fulfill?
No, it comes down to, it's just things not being able to, because there's not enough hours in the day. I get tied up with something, I don't get to another thing. Then when I'm asked, what did I do? Then I can't say anything. Because then I get like deer in headlights. I can't spit out what I have done. And I've been productive. I'm not sitting on my ass, but I know the things that I'm doing, that I'm neglecting other things.
Well, what things are being done versus things that are not being done, so it's not apparently visible to and when you're saying to other people, are you referring to, work or home or your family, your children? Or?
Work is not it, because I sit in a dark room all night long.
Okay.
My biggest issue with that is just trying to stay awake.
So that has its own difficulties.
It has its own difficulties.
Okay.
Or if, up until recently I've been, basically in a pod completely by myself, and sometimes getting someone to come relieve me so that I can get up and go get some fresh air and wake up is difficult. Now I'm in a pod where I have other techs that are close, so
you at least have other people to interact with.
Slightly more. But
so
yes, there's more opportunity.
So what are these occasions where you're accomplishing one thing and not accomplishing other things, and it's causing further
Well, it's my time
problems?
management, because at this, the same token, I do have, these trainings that I'm trying to learn online so that I can create, better, more forms of income, so that it, at some point down the road, might be, a bit easier on us, or, we don't have to, be worrying at the fact that we have $300 of, outstanding, checks out there that we got to get covered.
Right.
I'm not talking, making $1 million. I'm talking, an extra $500 a month.
So you're just concerned about overall financial security?
Yeah, because that's the first thing, because if I'm not doing that, if I'm not doing that part first,
Right.
then before anybody else says anything to me about whether I'm doing anything or not, I'm blaming myself first.
All right, well, as far as that self-analysis, blaming yourself, you have to take that idea of, giving yourself these negative labels. Let's go ahead and put those aside, and let's look at what the problem is. Week after week, you come in here and you say that you're overwhelmed. You have a tremendous amount of responsibilities. And I can genuinely tell you, as a working mother, and I'm a parent as well of 2 children, I do genuinely appreciate the difficulty of how difficult it is to balance professional life versus, taking care of the family and spending that quality time. So I genuinely appreciate, how difficult this position is for you. When we have spoken all of these times, and please forgive me if I get any of this wrong, but it's my understanding that both you and your wife work outside the home. You both work in the home. Your daughters come back from the receptionist's office.
Hi, oh, here, let's try one more time, okay? Come on.
Oh, are you tired? Okay. What's wrong? Daddy's going to be out here
Can
for a
you
couple
sit?
more minutes. All right, so you just want to go ahead and sit down? Yeah, go ahead.
Here, sit right
Go
here.
sit. There you go.
Sorry.
It's okay. Again, I understand this is a demonstration, and it seems like that your daughter, she's definitely got some growth. So, with all of these different responsibilities, you have both of you work at home in these joint businesses. You both work outside of the home. Your wife is going to school full-time for her master's, and you just started nursing school. So
No, actually I haven't. It's coming up.
it's coming up. Okay, thank you. And when does that start?
June 4th.
June 4th. Okay, so all in a couple of weeks, and you're going to have the responsibility of going to school as well. And is that full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
Part-time. Okay, so 3 days a week, is it?
If you want to average it out, I mean, it's 2 days a week, 2 evenings a week, and then every other week.
Okay. All right. So you have all of these responsibilities, and you're saying that you're not able to accomplish everything. So I would say that probably the most difficult question is could your time be managed better in order to accomplish all these things? Or could you be able to determine what areas hold priority above others and maybe let some responsibilities go?
Well, that's